12 years after its recommendations, the Federal Executive Council (FEC) has approved the full implementation of the famous Stephen Oronsaye's panel report. The decision made at the Federal Executive Council meeting chaired by President Bola Tinubu seeks to merge some parastatals, agencies, and some commissions, while others will be subsumed, scrapped, or relocated. Special Advisor to the President on Policy Coordination, Hadiza Bala Usman, said it is in line with the need to reduce cost of governance and streamline efficiency across the governance value chain. The Council set up an 8-man committee with the mandate to implement the measures, scrappings, and relocations within 12 weeks. The Monetary Policy Committee (NNPC) of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), after its first meeting of the year, decided to further tighten monetary policy and subsequently raise the MPR by 4%, cash reserve ratio to 45%, and retained the liquidity ratio at 30%. The committee's decision was centered on the current inflationary and exchange rate pressures, projected inflation, and rising inflation expectations.
The major factors driving inflationary pressure remain exchange rate pass-through, rising cost of energy, high fiscal deficits, and lingering security challenges in major food-producing areas.
Governor Olayemi also disclosed that gross external reserves stand at $34.51 billion. The Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) on Tuesday approved allocation of $20,000 to all eligible Bureau de Change BDC operators across the country as part of its ongoing reforms. Dr. Hassan Mahmood, Director, Trade and Exchange Department (CBN), in a circular said the move was aimed at tackling distortions in the retail segment of the nation's foreign exchange market. The circular addressed to BDC operators said they were allowed to sell to end users at a margin not more than 1% above the purchase rate from CBN. Senator Jibrin Issa is chairing a committee set up by the Nigerian Senate to investigate the 30 trillion naira Ways and Means loan granted by the CBN to the federal government. The committee is saddled with the responsibility to probe the utilization of the loan under President Muhammadu Buhari and has 4 weeks to conclude its investigation. It is to interrogate the details of the ways and means of disbursement usage, particularly the intervention programs such as the anchor borrowers programs, excess funding in the power sector, monies given to manufacturers, banks and airlines which increase the current debt profile of the country. A senior Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation official has been slammed with bribery and tax-related charges in the United States. A jury recently returned a 3-count indictment against Paulinus Ihanacho Okoronkwo, a dual citizen of the US and Nigeria, after the Federal Bureau of Investigation found that he used his position as a general manager in NNPC's upstream department to obtain at least $2.1 billion in bribes. The alleged bribe was to assist Addax Petroleum escape its $2.4 billion liability to Nigeria as part of an oil lifting contract that began in 2001. Okoronkwo is also charged with tax evasion and obstruction of justice for allegedly lying to investigators when interviewed in 2022.